Hello and welcome back. It's the African Humanist, and you've seen from the title why Christians are losing every day. Now, before I start, you must understand one thing. I was a Christian myself, and I was losing every day. So, what you're about to listen to is me. I was losing every day. And this is what the typical Christian is losing at every day. And I am hoping that if you're a Christian and you watch this, I hope that you would use this as a way to judge whether you really want to carry on believing. It's not in any way to put you down. It's not in any way to rubbish you. But it's time for you to wake up. It is time for you to wake up. So, let's get into it. Point number 1. Christians live in fear. You live in constant fear. You hear Christians say, I am God-fearing. They fear God. They fear everything that walks. Everything that creeps, they fear. Fear controls you as a Christian. You live in fear of your God. A lot of people are it's like in a toxic relationship. If you are in a toxic relationship with somebody, you're afraid of them walking on eggshells. Because you're afraid, what's going to happen? What am I going to do with this person? Are they going to, do something to me? Constant fear of hell. And in order to serve God, you've got to be God-fearing. The fear is everywhere. Number 2, the fear of hell. Christians are losing every day because of the fear of hell. Bear in mind, not every Christian believes in hell. Some don't. But for the ones that do, the fear of going to hell that you have been taught. But let me break your heart. You are afraid of the hell of the religion that you were taught. You were taught to be afraid of hell. But have you stopped to ask yourself all the other religions that are preaching a hell? Because you Christians believe that anybody who is not a Christian is going to go to hell. That is the belief. If you're not a Christian, you're going to hell. All the other religions that have a hell, do you know that you are going to their hell? It's automatic because you don't believe in their religion. Since becoming an atheist and coming out and saying, I don't believe this Christian religion anymore, Christians come in my inbox. Christians come and tell me I'm going to go to hell. I'm going to rot in hell. Listen, you are going to the hell of the religion that you do not believe. It's automatic. Automatic. So you live in fear of hell. Well, you're afraid not to go. But automatically you are going, whether you like it or not. You might not go to the Christian hell, but you'll go to the Muslim hell and the other hells, the religion's hells that you don't believe in. What a sad thing. Anyways, number 3, you are never enough. Christians, you are never enough. You are never fulfilled. Let me explain what I mean. When you give your life to Christ, it doesn't end there. You have to live by live by faith. You've got to be sanctified. You've got to be baptized. You've got to be God fearing. You've got to carry on living your life as if every day is your last. You have to carry on. Just there are rules, just constant. And I can bet my money. I can bet money, not all my money, some money, and tell you, not every Christians are never. That's why you see Christians are afraid to die and go to that heaven, because they never feel like they're enough, that they're good enough to go to heaven. You don't feel like you will ever pass the mark. It's like a constant. Even your Bible tells you to treat your faith with fear and trembling. Kai. Fear and trembling every day. Imagine having to be to live a life of fearing and trembling every day. What a loss. Number 4, why Christians are losing every day. They have to recruit people. But another word for the recruitment is conversion. They have to convert people. They have to constantly be going about seeking people who they will convert into their religion. In case you didn't know, the Christians, when I was taught that the number of souls you're able to convert equals the number of mansions you will get in heaven. So if you win one soul, you get one mansion. 2 souls, 2 mansions, depending on how many souls you are able to win. Some people just want to go to heaven to go and get mansions. And so they have to carry on recruiting people. They want to depopulate the kingdom of the devil, according to them. And so the drive to recruit, drive to, some of them do some ridiculous things. Some oh my goodness. Anyways, what a losing battle. Number 5, they live by the dictates of a book. A book tells them how to live their lives. A book tells them how to behave. We don't need a book telling us to be good people. We are naturally good people. Naturally. It's innate. We seek to be at peace without a book telling us what to do. But Christians have to live by the dictates of a book. But guess what? In that book, there are poems, the Psalms. Those are poems and psalms. Christians are living according to the dictates of poems. Somebody wrote a poem thousands of years ago, and now Christians are living according to somebody's poem. Some books in the Bible are letters. Apostle Paul wrote a letter from, he was in one place and decides, I will write to the church in Corinth. Hey church, I hope you guys are okay. Just sending my love to you people. I hear that you people have a little bit of problems, but this is what I think you should do. And I think you are, if you do this, you'll be good. Thousands of years later, Christians are living by the dictates of another man's letters. Also in that book, there are the book of Revelations. Somebody had a revelation. Who knows what this person was smoking when he had his revelation? Who knows? Because apparently he was on his own. For all you know, the man might have lied and came and because some of these the stories in Revelations are just out there ridiculous. Monsters with 7 heads, and nobody dared to check him and say, what were you smoking? What were you drinking? Who was there to test what this man was doing? But no, these people live by the dictates of a man's revelation. Somebody had a revelation that was never verified, never fact checked, nobody questioned, and now thousands of years later, some people are living by the dictates of a revelation. In fact, doctrines have been built on another man's revelation. People have calculated, from this man's revelation, so and so, we think the rapture, this is what he means, the rapture will take place, and it is laughable. And that's why it is a losing battle. Number 6, they believe that you cannot be good without God. Oh. Are we going to tell them? Let us tell them, you can be good without God. Well, the God of the Bible at least. The God of the Bible at least. You can be a good person without the God of Isaac, Jacob, Abraham, and all these people. Did you know that Abraham was a slave trader? Abraham bought and sold slaves. Your father Abraham was a slave trader. It's time you people wake up and smell the coffee, honestly. Number 7, they believe in a story of Jesus because a book says so. Outside of the Bible, where is your evidence that Jesus existed? Where? Tell me, somebody, tell me. Where is your evidence that Jesus existed? I bet you can't tell me. But you have believed it. You have believed without evidence. Christians out here believing in the contents of a book without evidence. Laughable. And finally, Christians are constantly telling atheists that we are going to hell. But they are going to the hell of the religion that they don't believe. And more fool them. This is not to disparage anybody. This is not to put any individual person down. But when you feel the need to come and preach and proselytize and to, put people down because they don't believe, you are losing it's a losing battle. And it is time for you to wake up. You have believed things in a book, no evidence whatsoever. No, you haven't fact checked anything. And the unfortunate thing is that you are feeding this to the next generation, your children. Your children now will take all. No, keep your children away from these things. These stories that you have not proven to be true. Stop taking your children and teaching them about hell. I learned about hell when I was a child. Taking us to all this, to go and watch movies, how we're going to burn in hell as a young child. And you have not even tried to ask whether this religion is facts or not. Many of the stories are just poems, letters, revelation. Christianity is simply the gospel according to St. Paul. Paul has sat down, wrote letters to different churches, and you Christians have now come on to take that religion as your guide. somebody else's letters. It is laughable, and that is why Christians are losing every day. Well, I'm the African Humanist. I'll be back again for my next video. Let me know what you think. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Share the videos. Let's wake these Christians up one by one. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.